Stay tuned for Airgun Detectives.
Welcome to another episode of Airgun Detectives. Today we're going to take the mystery out of the Xisico XS28. This is kind of a replica of the Diana 350. This is actually a Chinese-made copy. And I did a review several weeks ago on the Ruger Air Magnum. This gun is pretty much the identical gun as the Ruger Air Magnum. The main difference is this one has a wood stock. Before we get going on this, do me a favor, if you hadn't already, hit that little subscribe button down below. If you'd like to be notified anytime we come out with a new video, go ahead and hit the little bell right there. And of course, we love your feedback. I love the thumbs up. Really keeps us motivated, really keeps us going. Don't forget to check out my website either, www.airgundetectives.com. And lately I have to apologize. I've had some issues with the website, got that fixed, and the bipod kits have not been able to keep those in. They've been selling out so quick. I've got a bunch of pre-orders now, and just to let you guys know, they'll be coming out anytime soon. Okay. So one other thing before I get into this, and I have to share this to you, and I'm not one to overly endorse any type of products unless I come across something that I think will really value my viewers and my subscribers. Okay, I came across this product. It's called Fire-Armguard. You go, Fire-Armguard, what's Fire-Armguard? Well, the reason this interests me so much is in addition to having tons of air guns, and I store them in various places, if I'm not continually pulling them out and wiping them down, you know, you can have a tendency to get a little bit of rust in there. And I've had a couple of guns in my gun safe that has gotten a little rust in there. It's pretty disappointing when you go in there. And one, you get mad at yourself because you're like, how come I didn't maintain this better? But anyway, let me talk about for a second about this Fire-Armguard. Basically, what it is, it's a product. Let me show you here real quick. You throw this in your safe. You throw this in anywhere there might be potential moisture, and it dries the moisture out, okay? It basically eliminates moisture and it freshens the air. And these things are awesome, and I would not have brought these to you and talked about these if I didn't try it first. In fact, I did my own personal test with this. I took one of these, I threw it in a Tupperware container with a wet paper towel, and then I put another wet paper towel in another Tupperware container. And I left it there for a good week because I wanted to see what the difference is. The one with the Fire-Armguard in it pretty much dried up all the moisture. And what's funny is this company, they did a test, they did a 90-day test where they took a piece of steel and they put two identical gun safes, and they put salt water in each of the safes, and they put a piece of steel in each one. And after 90 days, one of the pieces of steel was thoroughly rusted, and the other piece of steel looked just like it was when they put it in there. So this stuff really, really works. It's 100% natural, and here's the best part. This is made in the USA. Yes, good old USA. And anytime that I bring you something like this, I want to try to hook my viewers up and my subscribers up with a deal. So check this out. These are under 15 bucks, okay? And 100% natural, as I said, made in USA. And exclusively for you guys, if you type in airgun at checkout, you get free shipping. And they're under 15 bucks. But these things are a lifesaver. I was thinking about you guys down south where you get a lot of humidity, guys that have lots of air guns or even firearms. You drop one of these in the near area and it will suck up the moisture. They're fantastic. So check those out. Go to www.firearmguards, that's plural with an S.com, and check these things out because they actually work really, really well. And again, type in airgun and you guys will get free shipping on these things. They're under 15 bucks. You can't beat that. All right, so let's move on. Anyway, let's talk about our XS28. Okay, this is kind of a copy of the Diana 350. And again, I was talking about a few weeks ago, I did the review on the Ruger Air Magnum, the 22 caliber one. And you saw, I tuned that one myself. So I thought for fun, because we're always talking about all these different name brand brake barrels, I wanted to bring you something that's a little bit different. So I ordered this one from our friend Mike at Flying Dragons, and I ordered it completely tuned. And I just wanted to shoot it just how you receive it. Okay, this particular one's in 25 caliber because we did the Ruger in 22, so rather than repeating that, I wanted to see how this one in 25 caliber would perform. So this one is fully tuned, Mike's tuned. It has a replica of the T05 trigger, and he adds a couple little screws in here, so you can do a lot more adjustment with it. The main difference between this and the Ruger is look at this stock. This thing has a gorgeous stock. Yeah, and it's raised a little bit for the right-handers, but as a left-hander, it doesn't make any difference when you're shooting. It's just fine. It just has a little raised spot on the other side. The stock's a little bit thicker. But anyway, it's a Monte Carlo type stock. This, just like the Ruger, 35, 36 pound cocking effort. Not bad for a Magnum air rifle. The whole gun weighs, I'm going to say 8.5 pounds, probably right around there. With a scope, you know, you're obviously close to 10 pounds or just under. This doesn't come with a scope. It comes with open sights. In fact, let me show you here. Yes, I have a 22 caliber barrel too, and I just might show you how we do with this as well. But it's got just your regular, completely adjustable, but it's just got a notch sight in the back. And in the front, it has these, let's see if you guys can see this. It has kind of a, the globe type sights that you can actually loosen this up, and you can change the inner pieces, like if you want a pointed sight, a square sight, something like that. So I don't know if you can see this any better here, but let's see here. So you can kind of see the sight that's on it. So this is what it actually comes with. I cannot shoot worth a darn with the open sights anymore just because I don't see that well anymore. It sucks, I'm telling you. I keep telling you that. But it sucks when you get over 50 and your eyes start going. So I did, just like the Ruger, I did put a muzzle brake on this one. It's just nice and smooth. It's nice for cocking. And obviously I took the sights off it. So, but other than that, this is completely stock. Obviously I added the scope to it. In fact, I'll, for some of this different stuff you guys were asking about where I get these accessories, I'm going to put some links down below so you'll be able to access that stuff. Anyway, so what about this? It comes with an 11mm dovetail, and it's got a scope stop on it right here, so which makes it nice, especially with these Magnum type rifles. You do want that scope stop. Anyway, this gun, they're claiming it shoots about 700 feet per second in 25 caliber. Well, we're going to find out because I'm going to actually put this thing through the test. So we're going to do a complete test on this. Again, this came from Mike Melick at Flying Dragon Air Guns. And don't forget, a lot of you guys, you got some PCP rifles from him, some of the 705s we talked about. Don't forget to mention Airgun Detectives. I don't make 1 penny off it. I don't get a commission off it, nothing. But again, I like to take care of my viewers and my subscribers. He'll give you a little bit of a discount on that. But again, I wanted to bring this to you because we're always talking about the name brands and brake barrels. Let's try off-brand and let's see how this performs. Because not everybody can afford a Diana 350. They're expensive. I mean, you're upwards of $400 and beyond. Then you add a scope to it and what have you. These retail for about 185 bucks, and obviously it's going to be a little more if you do the full tune. But again, let's see how well this performs, and then we're going to come back and we're going to talk about it all. Let's try our XS28, our 25 caliber barrel. We're going to shoot 2 pellets. We don't have a lot of choices in pellets in 25 caliber, but I'm going to give you 2 of the most accurate. The H&N Field Target Trophy, which is a 20 grain pellet. So we're going to shoot 5 shots with that. After we're done with that, we're going to shoot 5 shots with the 25.39. So let's see what we get out of here. All right. Shot number 1. 736. Shot number 2. You gotta love how easy this is to cock. 713. The pellet felt a little loose in the breech there. Sometimes you get some blow by, causes a little less velocity. 732. That's number 3. Number 4. 725. And number 5. 738. All right, there's your average for the 20 grain pellets. Now let's move on and try the 25 grain pellets. Okay, the JSB 25.39s. Let's do 5 shots, see how well they do. All right, shot number 1. Pretty heavy pellet. 654. Shot number 2. 653. Shot number 3. 655. Shot number 4. 655 again. God, you gotta love that standard deviation. These pellets are very, very consistent. And that helps with the standard deviation. And finally, 654. Whoa, that is amazing standard deviation on that. So check out that velocity, the average there, and our foot-pounds of energy. Let's move on to the next segment. Let's give the 25 caliber barrel a roll and see how well it groups at 20 yards. We're going to go ahead and shoot the JSBs, the 25.39 grain. Those are a Diablo pellet, and let's see how well they group. All right, we're going to be shooting our usual 20 yards back. Go ahead and take a look at this, and let's see what this rifle does. All right, let's see. Shot number 1. All right. These are a big pellet. Okay, shot number 2. Shot number 3. Shot number 4. And one more. Shot number 5. Not a bad group. Anyway, that's our XS28 at 20 yards. Look at that 5-shot group. Not too shabby. All right, let's move on to the next segment. So let's test the trigger on our XS28. And this came right from a Mike Melick tuned. I haven't touched it. There's a couple of screws on there. You can adjust it. I'm sure you can lighten it up. You can lighten the second stage if you want. You can take up the slack in it. But actually, I shot it just the way you had it set up, and I really liked it. So let's just see what the weight is on it. All right, we've got our Lyman trigger gauge here. Let's see what we can get out of this. Move this out of the way. Okay. Okay, that was 3 pounds, 9.5 ounces. Let's do one more. Okay, that was 3 pounds, 10 ounces. 3 pounds, 10 ounces. So not bad. It's very, very crisp. So let's move on to the next segment. Okay, let's try the 25 caliber out at our usual plinking distance, which I love the plinking. And I wanted to show you guys the 25 caliber because I just want to show you the impact it has at 40 yards. So take a look at what we're shooting at up there. Little orange ram. You got a little Casadores, little small glass bottle there. Got a couple of small eggs, and we got a soda can on the end. So let's see how well we do from this type of distance. Remember, we're at 40 yards. All right. Yeah, we're going to be shooting the JSBs 25.39. All right, let's start with the soda, just for the heck of it. Yeah, I'd say that's an impact. Yeah, when you got 25.39 0.39 grains of lead going that type of distance. That's pretty amazing. All right, small egg on the right. Oh yeah. See how hard that hits? Let's take the next egg out. Well, I wish I could show you more, but with that one shot, that happens sometimes. You get that much lead, you hit a steel egg, the lead splatters when it's traveling at that type of velocity, and it cleared out our whole row. So that's all right. Let's move on to our next segment. Let's wrap up our review here of the XS28. This is our 1 in 25 caliber. I'm pretty impressed with this rifle, I'll tell you. To be able to get this rifle tuned like this, pretty amazing. Because if you remember my review from several weeks ago on the Ruger, I tuned that myself, and that took quite some time. Well, to be able to actually purchase the rifle with that already done, pretty amazing. Before I forget too, this rifle has an automatic safe on it. I just want to show you where that was at. And each time you cock it, the safety comes back, and then you just got to push it forward with your thumb to fire the rifle. So it's ambidextrous. So let's talk about the negatives. To be honest with you, I really don't have any, except I wish that they had this raised piece right here. See this raised piece right here? I wish they had that in left-handed. But that's really not much to complain about, to be honest with you. That, and I would say probably the only negative, and I would say this about any 25 caliber, the pellets are a lot more expensive in 25 caliber, and you have a lot more limited selection than you do, let's say, in 22. But let's get on to the positives here. Positives. Look at this stock. This thing is beautiful, this Monte Carlo stock. It's a hardwood stock, but it is just beautiful. It's got a nice finish on it, the whole bit. What else is really positive about this? The fact that it is powerful. We average 730 feet per second with our 20 grain field target trophy pellets, and we got 24 foot-pounds of energy. And then what was even more amazing is when we bumped up, we went to a 25.39 grain JSBs, which are actually pretty doggone accurate as well. But anyway, we got another 24 foot-pounds out of those, but the standard deviation was under 1. That's amazing. And standard deviation, a lot of that has to do with accuracy too. But that's the feet per second of each pellet as they're coming out. So the closer they are in feet per second, the lower the standard deviation. The lower the standard deviation, the better off the air gun is, because it's usually more accurate, because their pellets are coming out at the same velocity. And that's what you want to try to have some consistency. So the standard deviation on this was just amazing. And I touched on the accuracy. The accuracy was outstanding. We had, in our demo, at 20 yards, we had a 0.41 of an inch. That's 0.4 of an inch center to center, which is pretty amazing. Especially with 25 caliber, and like I said before, there's not a whole lot of pellets to choose from. So with what we had, it shot really, really well. In fact, let me show you, off camera, I swapped the barrel out on this, and I put the 22 caliber barrel on. Take a look at these targets. Okay, these are some different ones that I shot, and these were 10-shot groups at 20 yards. And believe it or not, what performed really good in the 22 caliber barrel was the Crossman hollow points. I always love it when you can get cheap pellets to perform well, because then it just makes the shooting experience that much more affordable. And then you're still getting accuracy. So I shot the Crossman, the hollow points, the 14.3 grams, and look at the grouping on these. I also shot the domed ones. They're also 14.3. And then I also threw in some field target trophies. But look at all the groupings at 20 yards, 10-shot groups, were between 0.32 and 0.41 of an inch. So between 0.3 and 0.4 of an inch, which is pretty doggone amazing in 10-shot groups. So, in fact, as well as the 25 caliber did, the 22 was every bit as good, if not maybe even a little bit better. So keep that in mind. Okay, another positive thing on this, the cocking effort. For a Magnum air rifle, you're only talking about a 35-pound cocking effort. That's nothing compared to some of these other rifles. So 35 pounds is amazing to be able to get this. Another good thing was, and you know, we're obviously talking about this rifle that's been tuned by Mike at Flying Dragons. The T05 copy of the trigger here, fantastic. Very crisp, very adjustable. It's quite enjoyable to shoot. And then one of the number one, usually is my pet peeves with a spring piston, is a twang. Guess what? This had absolutely zero twang. And let me repeat that. I mean zero. No twang whatsoever. This thing is as smooth as could be. You wouldn't know the difference between this and a gas piston if you were firing either one as far as sound goes. Smooth as can be. Fantastic. So Mike, you did an incredible job on this one. So what would I rate this gun overall? Well, as I told you, I ordered this as a tuned, and I'm going to rate it as a tuned rifle. And without a doubt, it's 5 stars. How do you not give this thing 5 stars? And then if you think about the price point, it's going to cost you about half of normally what a Diana 350 would run you. And it's in that price range. You're talking 185 bucks, then you add a tune in it. You're talking under $300. So under $300, this gun is really tough to beat. And real quick, I'll touch on the scope. This is one of, and I picked this up for about 100 bucks. And this is one of BSA's new, it's called the Outlook, and they're airgun scopes. And this is actually, they're pretty affordable. This even has, it's a mil dot, and it has a lit a reticle, which is kind of nice. And this one is I think this one is a 4x12. I think it's 4x12, hold on. Yep, 4x12 by 44. And it's held up really well. I've shot quite a few rounds through this. But I'll put a link down below for that for you guys also. But yeah, without a doubt, 5 stars. Now, if I was going to buy one, I would probably lean towards the 22 caliber, just because it's not very pellet picky. There's a lot more 22 caliber pellets, and they're much, much, much less expensive than the 25 caliber pellets. And you're still going to get an outstanding performance. 22 is kind of the best all around. So don't forget, if you're interested in something like this, give Mike a call at Flying Dragons. Don't forget to mention Airgun Detectives, so he'll take care of you. But be patient. Mike runs that whole operation all by himself. So he does all the tuning, does all the boxing, answers the emails, the telephone calls, which sometimes he's hard to get a hold of because he's in the shop working. So just be patient with him. But I'm telling you, the customer service and the product that he provides is absolutely amazing. And again, don't forget, if you hadn't already, please hit the subscribe button. If you'd like to be notified, don't forget the little bell there, and please give us some thumbs up. And oh, and don't forget about these. These are just absolutely an inexpensive way to actually take care of your investment. And I'm just telling you, I'm living from proof on this, as far as when I opened up my safe and found some rust on one of my guns, I said, you got to be kidding. And this is the answer. For under 15 bucks, I can eliminate that and protect my investment. You can't beat it. And don't forget, just check them out. Go to Fire-Armguards, that's with an S.com, and check these out. And don't forget, if you decide you want to get one of these, they're under 15 bucks. Type in Airgun in the promo code, and you're going to get free shipping. You can't beat it. Plus, I love the fact they're made in USA. You got to love that. So, once again, I appreciate you guys tuning in to Airgun Detectives. Don't forget, this is where we take the mystery out of the airgun. Until next time, be safe, stay healthy, and take care.